NBA personnel that included coaches, scouts, and execs about who would be the best young player to build a team around. Luka Doncic ran away with 17 of 20 first-place votes, followed by Zion, who only had one first-place vote and 11 for second place. So, Shannon, do you agree with this?
I do. I would build my franchise around Luka Doncic. He just turned 21 2 months ago. Skip, he's 29-99, and he doesn't have the injury risk. He's a better outside shooter. He can get to the paint. He can shoot the three. Both of those guys I think, can shoot better from the free throw line. But, Skip, I just saw an interview with Zion, and Zion's looked like he picked up some weight during quarantine. And one of the GMs says the injury risk with Zion is always going to be there. It's as simple as that, Skip. And this is the reason why I'm going to take Luka. If you tell me Zion is going to manage his weight for the next 10 years, then I might reconsider. But I just think the risk, because of a man that size and with his explosiveness, I just think the injury risk is too great. So I'm willing to build my team around Luka Doncic. I'm going to get more points. I'm going to get more rebounds. Skip, you talking, he started his career, his first game back. He was 4-4 from the three-point line. Since then, he's 2 for 9 in his last 18 games. He's not the outside shooter that you thought he was, or that he. And for me, it comes down simple, Skip. I won't bore you with any more semantics. The injury risk is too great for me to build my team around Zion if Luka and Ja Morant are options.
Okay, you are increasingly harder and harder on Zion about his weight. He's a huge young man. And I saw the same interview, and the whole point of it was Zion was saying he was working harder in quarantine than he did pre-quarantine. And I don't have any problem with his weight. That's just who he's always been. If you want to tell me he's going to be routinely hurt through his NBA career, you got me on that. If you want to say that Luka is more proven at this stage in age, you really got me, because I can't argue with 29, 9, and 9. But they're misleading numbers within 29, 9, and 9. And I'm going to tear them all to pieces. And you dared to say that Luka is a better outside shooter. He's a horrible shooter from 3. Completely, utterly overrated from 3. So far this interrupted season, among 149 qualified three-point shooters in the NBA, Luka, your man, ranks 141st of 149. He's making 31.8% of his three-point shots. And he's not great from the free throw line, 73%. If he's that guy, right, he should be 88 or 90%, especially as a quote-unquote point guard. I love his ability to pass the basketball. It's special. The rest of it, not so much, because when it comes to playing defense, he doesn't. He is a liability on the defensive end. I can't forget that Laker game back on the night of November 1st, when the Lakers said, Kuzma said after the game at Dallas, we were just passing to whoever Luka was covering. And Luka, in defensive win shares per game, ranks 141st. Wow, 141st from 3 and 141st in defensive win shares. That's not very good. And then furthermore, in the fourth quarter, it's odd to me, he routinely disappears. Like in fourth quarter shot attempts, he ranks 45th in the league. LeBron still ranks first, but LeBron's trying to stuff the stat sheet in blowouts.
Oh,
so we get that he's shooting more in the fourth quarter. Yeah, but Luka ranks 45th. He just sort of fades away. And in clutch time points, and that's last 5 minutes with the game, 5 points one way or the other, clutch time points, he's tied for 37th. I haven't seen him make many big shots late in games, and I've seen him miss a number. So you pile all that on top of the fact that the book on him so far is just rough him up. Like a lot of Euro players, just go hard at him. The Lakers go hard at him. Yeah. And just sort of literally and figuratively knock him out of the game psychologically. It's almost like bad boy Pistons, just go after him. And that's not a good early book on a guy that you say you'd build your franchise around. While Zion, to me, we've only seen 19 games so far. Man, he's a force. He's a wrecking ball.
Well, hold on.
He's going to rough you up.
Hold on.
He is unguardable in the paint.
Let me ask you a question, Skip. Why have we only seen him play 19 games? They played almost 60 games. Why we have only seen him 19?
Well, he had a knee scope.
Whoa. Thank you. I got it. Hold on. Now, you told me got injured in college, got injured coming into the NBA, and you want me to build my franchise around that. So there's a greater percent chance that he's going to be injured again. I'm going with the guy that doesn't get that plays. That's what you tell me. That's what you've been telling me all leading up to the draft.
Okay, but Tua reportedly had 5 surgeries at Alabama. Zion had no surgeries at Duke. He did hurt his knee, but they just let it heal. And then he needed a scope after the NBA preseason, and he came back fairly quickly from it. And again, if you tell me he just hurt every year, you got me. I don't think that's going to happen. And if it doesn't, you're going to be in big trouble because this kid is special. This kid has the charisma and the it factor to lift and lead a team to a championship. I don't see that yet in Luka. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Skip, I'm not arguing whether or not he's special, but as Tua, I believe Tua can change the way he plays. I believe he can get the ball out of his hands quicker. I can believe that he doesn't have to make sure he doesn't take those shots, and he has to learn. Skip, you have to, like in football, you have to learn how to fall. I mean, you just can't fall like you out there in the yard, you know what I'm saying? You have to, because guys are falling on you. And I think those are things. Can Zion change the way he plays? He's an explosive, large man that's going to be required to be explosive on a nightly basis over an extended period of time. How do you change that? That's what he is. That's who he is. So like I said, Skip Bayless, if you tell me, Skip, he's hired one of the best nutritionists in all the world. He has a professional chef that gets his meals and that he's going to drop 30 pounds and he's going to play at this weight for the foreseeable future. Okay, Skip, now you're going to make me rethink this thing. But until I see this over a stretch of time, Luka, Skip, is only going to Skip, the guy's 21. He's running a team. Zion is not running the team. Luka is asked to do way more than Zion is asked to do. And Zion is dependent. He needs Lonzo. He needs someone to get him the ball. Luka, like, I got the ball. I can do what I want to do with it.
Okay, but can Luka shoot it at a high level? I say no. And remember, Zion is a year and 4 months younger than a Luka who had already played 4 years of pro basketball in Europe and came here and has now played 2 more pro basketball years. Well, you're miles ahead in experience from Zion. I think you're going to have to sit back, if we ever get back the NBA, and you're going to sit back on a nightly basis and say, whoa, he's getting better and better and better. You saw it in big games at Duke. He rose and he shone. And on opening night with the world watching, he makes his first 4 3-point shots. He has a sweet stroke, and I think he can get better and better from 3 and from the free throw line.
All right, guys, I've got a question for you. Is Tom Brady worth 3 times more